Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Peter, and you're watching Deaf Gallon Camping. I was hanging out with my little puppy. Uh, can't lie, that steak that I made yesterday turned out like shit. I've never cooked one in cast iron or fried it or with oil, and it was freaking oily, nasty, basically unedible in my taste. So that sucked. So that's some yummy dog food for States for tonight. I made him a little bit of the fat and the butt last night and gave that to him with an egg, and he numbered that down. So I'm sure I'll enjoy a little bit more of that steak tonight, and I'll just kind of save that for him. Uh, just chilling. It's Sunday. I stopped watching the NFL years ago, so everybody's inside watching football. I stopped watching when all this woke freaking take a knee from my flag bullshit happened, and I used to be a diehard 49ers fan. I watched every game that I could watch on Sundays, Monday Night Football. I watched every Niners game. And then that douchebag piece of crap, worthless quarterback, Colin Kaepernick, started taking a knee. I stopped watching right then and there. I haven't watched football since. So, hey, Colin Kaepernick, you can fucking suck it. Anyway, I told you guys I'd get another story up. I just got kind of too busy yesterday. But welcome to Story Time with Pete. I'm Pete, and this is Story Time. Years ago, I was in my 20s, 20 somethings, mid 20s somethings. Don't really remember. But me and my buddies sitting around, kind of bored. Weekend, like nothing to do, summertime blues type of thing. Screw it, let's go camping. Hey, you guys want to go? Hey, let's go. We packed up my Supra, grabbed an ice chest, tent, sleeping bags, raided the kitchen cabinets, stopped along the way, threw some beer in the cooler, and off camping we go, man. We went to Icehouse, which wasn't very far from the house, only about an hour away or so. Got there, and the general store that I haven't been there in a while, but the general store that used to be there, like right at the entrance to the park, is where you would pay for your camp spot, and they were closed, and it was late, and we're like, all right, well, let's just go in, find a spot, and we'll come back up in the morning and pay. So we ended up driving all the way to the back of the campground, and I mean, it's pitch black. You do the courteous thing, when you're pulling into a campground, you turn your headlights off and just use the running lights. So we got all the way to the back of the campground, and like way in the back, like there's no other spots beyond that, and we didn't think there was anybody around. So we get out the adult beverages and firearms. threw some cans out away from the campground along the hillside. Yeah, shot a, I probably shot a full box, 22 shells. I think my brother, yeah, I think that's all we brought. Everybody just brought their 22s. Oh, yeah, it was, yes, it was our 22s. But between the three of us, a couple hundred rounds. And that goes by quick, especially with my brothers. This is a semi-auto, and I think it holds 25 shots and a short shot, and I think 19 and a long rifle. It's not my gun, but I used to shoot it all the time when we were kids, so it's been a really long time, but that's a fun gun to shoot. I mean, just, it's fun, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It was accurate. Mine is a single shot revolver, or not revolver, bolt action. It's actually my favorite gun. There's not much to it. It's a barrel, a slide, a trigger, and a wood stock. And it is as accurate as accurate can be. I mean, if I point that at something, I don't care if it's 22, only at 22, I'm not going to miss it. People laugh at 22s all the time, but they were actually created by the U.S. military, if I'm not mistaken, during World War I. It's a small bullet, and it travels fast, and it's actually not meant to pass through a human target. It's actually meant to penetrate the target and then bounce around inside you. So it actually does a lot more damage than, let's say, a 38 would. But anyway, I don't want to get into all that. I'm no gun expert, so just take that as it is. Take it with a grain of salt, if you will. I'm no gun expert. But I do know how to shoot. So anyway, three young jackasses drinking some beer, shooting guns in the middle of the night. And we go to bed. And we wake up early in the morning with the sun coming up. And this is back before I lost my hearing. But we can hear some park rangers walking by. And we can hear their radios, and we can hear them talking. Yeah, we got a bunch of reports of guns being discharged late in the night last. A bird just flew up against the window. Oh, he's gone. I don't know if a sound came across or not. If it made a sound, that was cool. So, they didn't come over to our camp. They stayed on the road. But we get out of the tent and we look on the ground. I mean, there's brass everywhere. So, we decided to move camp and just drag the tent, with all the sleeping bags and shit in it, over to another campground a couple hundred yards away. And I moved my car. Go over there, and we're getting set back up. We had to take the ice chest and everything, put it back in my car. So my buddies carried the tent, and I packed everything in the car and drove it over to the new campground. And then we were going to go up and pay for our spot. And I walk up to the car to grab ice chest or chairs or, whatever I went up there for. I'm about, I don't know, 60 yards or so up the incline from where the other guys are. And I hear a gunshot and whee! Just this high-pitched scream. I look down there and I see a squirrel flopping all over the place and running into the bushes as it's making. I didn't know squirrels made a sound like that, by the way, until that point. But one of the dipshits I was with in a freaking campground in broad daylight decided to discharge his firearm, and not only discharge a firearm but shoot an animal. I'm standing there, I got the hatch open, I'm looking over that way and I see it, and then I look over this way and there's some people in a camper on a cell phone. I walk down there, dude, go put that shit away. I'm putting it away, man. I didn't touch it. Dipshit that fired it wasn't his gun. He used somebody else's, which wasn't mine. Mine was in the car. Put that shit away. Not my gun. So, well, screw you guys. It's not my gun, and I didn't fire it. Mine safely tucked away, unloaded up in the car. So, sure as shit, it happens. Here comes a ranger walking on down. Gun's still sitting on the park bench. So, you guys know you're not allowed to shoot within the campground, right? And we're like, oh, no, sir, we weren't aware of that. Even though we were, we just tried to play stupid. He was actually pretty cool. He knew it was us. I mean, there was no point in, keeping up a charade or anything like that. The one thing I knew is I'm not going to admit to it. But he was actually pretty cool. He was like, hey, I'm just going to let you guys know you're not allowed to shoot in here again. If we get another complaint, I'm going to know exactly where to come back to. Yes, sir, we understand, sir. Thank you, sir. We got it, sir. And he was, like I said, he was cool. He's like, now, if you guys want to go out and go shoot and do a little target practice and stuff, drive back down the road. You'll see a wood fence. Take the wood fence down, and then once you pass the creek, you're allowed to shoot back there. So we ended up doing that. But, stayed there for the rest of the day. Stayed the night. Woke up the next morning on our way out. Was that all that happened there? Yeah, I think that's all that happened that night. Yeah. Was it that night? Yes, it was. It was Icehouse. So, yeah, so we ended up staying there the rest of the next day, well into the evening. And when we were leaving, we went out to the spot where the ranger told us go out and do some shooting target practice. Shoot a lizard, snake, bird, shoot a pine cone. They're 22s. I mean, I know I contradicted myself, but we just kind of split up, and that's actually where I shot that squirrel I told in another story. I tracked it. It runs through a rock. I knew he was going to come out the other side, so I just ran around it. Came around, and he pops out, and he looked at me. Right as he looked at me, I shot it, and that's when I saw it, and it looked at me like, you're a dick. And I flopped over, and I totally felt like shit, so seriously, I've never killed like a furry animal since then. Uh, like I've shot birds and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. To me, it's not anyway, so it might be a big deal to somebody else, but whatever. But, the sun's starting to set. It's a kind of a long, windy dirt road. It's probably paved by now, but back then it was long, windy, lots of switchbacks. Better suited for a pickup truck, but we're in a freaking lowered Toyota Supra, so it's going to take a minute to get out of there. But as we're leaving that creek that you got to cross, dragonflies flying over the place. I'll take a shot, pop the dragonfly's head off. My buddy comes running. No way, man. That was luck. That was luck. His little rifle had like 6 shots or whatever in it, and so he tries shooting it. He misses. My brother's like, dude, that's not luck, man. He can shoot. Oh, my brother, sorry, the other person tried, missed, and they both got multiple shots. I got 1. So the other guy was like, do it again. Boom, got him. Want me to do it again? Boom, got him. I can do this all day, dude. They give me a firearm that I'm used to shooting. I'm not going to miss. You hand me your weapon that I've never fired. It might take me 2-3 shots before I figure out your firearm. And, I'm not going to miss. I'm not trying to be braggadocious or anything. I'm just stating a fact. I don't miss. I'm an excellent shot. You ask me to hit a target throwing a baseball, I'm going to miss. I think that's fair enough. Throw a football, I'll get it into the vicinity of where I'm aiming, but my aim's not like that on everything, but with the firearm, yeah. So we ended up jumping back in the car, get out. At this point, it's dark. And we jump on Highway 50 on a blind turn. So, it's going that way. So, you don't see what's in front of you until it's in front of you. And the alternator in my car goes out. And I knew it was my alternator because it had gone out before. I hated that car. It was fast and fun to drive, but 3 engines, I don't know how many alternators I put in. I hated that car. But, it started going out, so I turned the headlights off. We just got to get up over this hill, and then maybe we could coast down and find a payphone. There was a gas station a couple miles up, just over the ridge, but we ended up dying. I'm laying on the back of my hatchback with a flashlight, so I'm watching for lights on the mountainside from the cars that are coming towards us. So I take out my flashlight, go like that, so as they're coming around, they can see the light. Because we were on the shoulder, but the shoulder's only a couple of feet wide, so we're a little less than halfway on the road. Bunch of cars go by, we're trying to flag people down. Nobody's stopping. Well, finally, a ranger stopped by. We were actually just above the ranger station. The entrance to it was probably only about 200 yards back from us. And a ranger came by the opposite direction, flagged him down with the flashlight, and he came around, threw on his lights, asked us what's going on. Told him, hey, do you think you'd give us a ride up to the gas station so, we could call somebody to come pick us up? I think we ended up calling a buddy of mine. I think we ended up calling a buddy of mine. He came up, picked us up, but I had to leave my car. I got a ride back up. I stopped and grabbed an alternator. The only tools that I had was my Leatherman, and then just a couple of hand tools I had in the car. Adjustable wrench, a couple of screwdrivers, that kind of crap. So I basically replaced my alternator on the side of the road using a multi-tool. But I'd done it so many times, it wasn't that big of a deal. Um, uh, got the car started back up, drove home. So, yeah, pretty much does it for that story. I mean, not everything is. I'll tell another one about that place another time. I've had a lot of adventures up at Icehouse in my late teens and 20s. Yeah, there's another good one. Disclaimer. Nobody do anything that I talk about that I did in any video or that I do in any future video. It's not safe, it's probably not right, and it's probably questionably legal. So, there's a disclaimer. That'll do it for this story. If you guys liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, still hit the like button. Please subscribe, even if you don't plan on watching much. But if you do, please subscribe and also hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when I put up another stupid story or do something stupid. Please comment, maybe share a little adventure you guys had up at Icehouse. I mean, I know I met a lot of guys up there that I went to school with that just happened to be there when I went. So, just another FYI, you can also find me now on Rumble. My same channel name, it's Def Gowan Camping. Spelled all capitals, Def, capital D, Gowan, capital G, Camping, capital C. So you guys can start following me on there. Last I checked, there was only one video. I'm probably trying to download too many at one time, but I'm trying to get all my YouTube content over on Rumble. Because I have a feeling it's only a matter of time before I'm kicked off of YouTube for, swearing or drinking a beer. Or for playing music in the background or whatever rules they got them. But yeah, I just kind of dig doing this as much as I can. Just a little bit therapeutic. Kind of takes my mind off of the situation that I'm currently dealing with, and gives me a chance to look back and kind of reflect and have good memories, some bad, but mostly good. Especially when it comes to the camp and stuff. But yeah, you guys will be able to find me on Rumble. So, again, hit that like button, subscribe. Those are huge. Share. I guess that'll do it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, peace out.